Hey, how's it going, guys? I'm Pete Richardson, and this week we're going to be talking about cameras. We're going to go through the basics of cameras, how they work, rule of thirds, and field of view. So get your cameras out and get ready. Alrighty guys, so here on this table we have a few different cameras laid out. Some of them you may have seen, some of them you may not have seen. Some of them are older, some of them are newer, some of them you might have used, some of them you may never have seen. So going through, this is a medium format camera. The lens is right here, the viewfinder is up here, surprisingly, and all you do is click the button on the side. Continuing on, you might have seen one of these. Your dad or your grandpa or your mom or your grandma might have one of these. This is your standard SLR camera. SLR stands for single lens reflex. That just means that there's one lens that's interchangeable with different sizes and it has a mirror in the back. Similar to that, we move up to the DSLR. Your families might have some of these. It's just a digital version of the SLR cameras. And then finally, your trusty iPhone. The thing about cameras is they're all very similar in that light enters the camera and it either hits a mirror or a sensor, and an image is then projected onto some part of the camera that you can later see, whether that's film or if it's digital. You can shoot on any one of these cameras. Today we're going to be shooting on the iPhone just for ease and comfort. Alright guys, so the first rule we're going to learn today is the rule of thirds. The rule of thirds? What is that? The rule of thirds is a very simple composition tool that will help you take better photos and make them a little bit more interesting. So take your hands and make what is going to be our camera, right? So this is what you're seeing when you look through the phone screen or the viewfinder. Now, let's imagine that there are lines separating up our viewfinder. So there's a line here going vertically and a line here going vertically. Then there's a line here going horizontally and a line here going horizontally. So now that we have these lines, what do we use them for? So let's say you're taking a photo of a family member at a birthday party. And we all have those birthday photos that they're shot, but they're not super artistic, right? We want artistic birthday photos. So what we're gonna do is imagine that you're taking this photo, and to change it up a little bit, try putting the person that you're taking the photo of in this side of the camera. So that makes it a little bit more artistic, and you might find that it's a little bit more interesting. Alrighty guys, so for our first photo we're going to be using the rule of thirds. This is our subject. It's a nice little flower, so let's get to it. We're just going to put the flower in the left-hand side of the frame, make it a little bit more interesting. Alright guys, so this is a photo of our flower. As you can see, it's over here in the left-hand side of the screen. And this is exactly what we wanted. Just remember, you're picturing these lines going across the screen. So let's keep photographing stuff. Alright guys, so our last photography term for this episode is field of view. So field of view is what your eye is seeing in relation to the lens and how far away it is. So on this camera, for example, our field of view will usually be pretty wide, seeing as this lens doesn't zoom in super far. However, example, on our trusty iPhone, your field of view can change quite a bit whether you're zoomed in or not. So to give you a better example of this, I'll show you with this rope what field of view really means. So we're over here at our little setup to get a better understanding of what field of view means. So looking down at this camera here that we have set up, this would be a very wide field of view. So from the lens all the way out, you're able to see everything inside the rope. However, let's say that we zoom in. Now we have a much narrower field of view. So, for example, this might be used when we are photographing something far away or trying to get very, very close to, let's say, a flower to get all of the detail that we need in the image. A very wide field of view might be a landscape photo where we're taking a picture over a very broad, wide area. So let's get out there and let's practice some of these skills. So right now we are very zoomed in to me. So right now this is our field of view. Kind of narrow. Let's widen this. Wow guys, look at that. Look at all this stuff around me. Alright guys, so this comes to the end of our video. We learned about different types of cameras, the rule of thirds, and field of view. I had a lot of fun today. Hope you guys did. Tune in next week when we talk about lighting.